Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on my video, where today I am dipping into the Hummingbird palette from Oden's. This palette is absolutely stunning. I love it. I love all the vibrant, saturated colors. It's gorgeous. I think it's a little bit intimidating because there are no neutrals and no like mid-tone mattes to play with, but this is now my second look using just this palette, so if you'd like to see that, then stick around. And if you haven't been here before, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. My name is Rachel. I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom who loves to play with colorful eyeshadow. I don't know much about other kinds of makeup, so if you're looking for a beauty guru who's going to tell you all the things, that's not me. But if you like colorful eyeshadow and you like tours of collections, rankings, declutters, lots of tutorials, anything like that within the realm of eyeshadow, then you're in the right spot. I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing. I do try to upload about 3 videos a week, and you can find me on Instagram as well at Shimmers and Silver. Now without further ado, let's get into this eye look. I'm going to start off today's video using the Glamlight Icing Primer. This is the shade White Frosting. I found that this primer, of the 2 that I have tried, I've used this one and I've used the NYX primer. And I've also used concealer as eye primer, and so far, the Glamlight is the best by far. It's, in my experience, really, really good if you tend to get creasing, like if you have hooded eyes. It works very nicely to help prevent creasing. So in the Hummingbird palette, I'm going to start with the shade Lagoon. I'm going to dip in with a moderately dense blending brush. This one's a little bit pinched, so it has a slight angle to it. It's not just a full circle. Lagoon is the dark blue matte shade, and I'm also going to try a slightly new technique. Generally, I would just put this in the outer corner and keep it there. I kind of create the shape that I want from here. But today I'm going to pull it further in a little bit. So I'm going to pull it, I don't know, maybe halfway through my crease, more towards the inner corner. This is such a beautiful shade. I find this palette a little bit intimidating because I love the colors. I love them. They are beautiful. They perform beautifully. These shimmers are dreamy. But there are no neutrals in this palette at all. And although I'm not really a fan of neutrals in general, I do appreciate either the option, or also I appreciate maybe lighter matte versions of the shimmers, so that I feel, you know, it's easy to create a color story that I like, or something that's workable. But in this palette, you've only got one light toned matte shade, and that's a baby blue. Besides that, all of the mattes in this palette are vibrant and bright, and so are all the shimmers. Which is why I bought the palette. That's why I love the palette. It's so beautiful. But it's a little bit intimidating when you want to just do one look out of the palette, because you just have to dive right in. There's no safe ground. It's a little bit scary. But again, that is why I bought the palette, because I loved the colors. I think looking at the palette, you can work with the blues together and the matte purple, or you can work with that brownish matte and the matte red, and then grab any shimmer combination from there. But those are your matte options. So it's just a matter of kind of planning out your look and seeing what you want to do. From here now I'm going to grab a much smaller brush. This one's also pinched and a little bit dense. It's not terribly fluffy. And I'm going to dip into the light blue matte called Clear Blue. And I'm going to put this on the very edge of this blue here to just blend it all out. I've never had any problem with Oden's Eye formula. It's really good. Oden's Eye just released a new collaboration, this time with my favorite YouTuber, Angelica Nyquist, and her palette is called the Hella palette, and it's kind of a pink-green color story. Angelica really likes greens, and so in that palette you've got some bright springy greens, and then you've got some more grungy yellowy greens, and then you've got some beautiful pops of pink. It's a very pretty palette. It's a very pretty palette. So that is the newest launch from Oden's Eye, part of their Legendary Diversa collection, which is what the Hummingbird palette is from, as well as 2 others. And I think it's actually a really good idea for them to be collaborating with influencers, and Angelica in particular. I almost said in specifically. Angelica in particular, because Oden's Eye is a Swedish brand and Angelica is a Swedish influencer. She recently moved to Texas, but she is Swedish. Look at these colors. Oh my word. Oh, they are so beautiful. I'm going to make sure I carry that baby blue down here as well. I'm loving this deep ocean blue shade called Lagoon. In the pan, it looks like a navy blue, but on the skin, it looks more like a Caribbean ocean kind of blue. It's not like depths of the ocean, deep, dark navy blue, the way that looks in the pan. On the skin, it translates to a lighter, brighter, more saturated Caribbean sort of blue, and it's gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I'm gonna continue with that smaller brush and dip back into the shade Clear Blue, which is the light blue matte, and just carry that down to the outer lower lash line. And I think I'll dip with that same brush no, not with the same brush. I'm gonna dip very slightly with a smudger brush into the dark blue Lagoon shade, really like one tap in the pan, and press that in the very outer edge. Yeah, there we go. And now it's time for shimmer. I'm gonna take a flat C or shader brush. I'm gonna dip into the lime green shimmer. It is called Feathers. And I'm going to dip into the pan first and then spray the brush. Now these shimmers pick up so beautifully. I probably don't need to spray the brush, but I'm going to because it's just force of habit, and I think that there might be a tiny bit of fallout if I don't. Feathers I'm going to place on the inner corner. Look at that. Look at that. Can we just take a moment? I always get excited when I use Uden's eye shimmers. They're so gorgeous. And we're gonna carry that through towards the outer corner, but I'm not gonna go all the way out to meet the blue outer corner. I wanna do one more thing. I'm just placing this down first. Oh my, I think that this lime green shimmer has ruined all other lime green shimmers for me. It's the bee's knees. It's everything you could want in a lime green shimmer. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now with that same brush, I'm now dipping into the shade Tropics, which is like a kind of a light teal shimmer, a little bit more on the blue side. Again, I'm going to spray my brush, and I'm going to have Tropics help transition the lime green into the blue matte. So I'm going to place that right on top of where they meet. Yep, just like that. Shimmer likes to blend with shimmer. Like formulas want to blend together. So if you have a shimmer that is like a totally different color and you want to blend it into your mattes, then just find a shimmer in a similar color story as the mattes and place it at that juncture, and your shimmers will transition much more nicely into the next color. I'm having a moment. It's so pretty. I'm gonna go back into that light blue with that same smaller pinch blending brush. I've decided to bring this all the way through my lower lash line. So instead of just in the outer corner, I'm just dragging it all the way in. And then with a small blending brush, I'm going back into the Feathers shade, the lime green shimmer. I'm gonna spray the brush, and then I'm just gonna carry this down as kind of an inner corner highlight from the upper lid space down to the lower lash line. And I'll just let that fade into the light blue. Okay, now I'm going to finish up with the waterline. I'm taking the shade Aglow from ColourPop. This is just a light spring green eyeliner, chrome gel liner, and I'm going to place that on the whole waterline. Okay, that's it for shadows. I'm going to go off camera and put on some black eyeliner and finish everything up, and then I'll be back to show you the end result. Okay guys, here's the finished look. I put on some black eyeliner and mascara, a little bit of face products, and that's about everything. I have to say, I just love this look. I'm loving this look. I love Uden's eye formula. Everything works like a dream. If you have this palette, please let me know what sort of things you like to do with it, and if you pair it with other palettes, which ones you pair it with, because that'll give me ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the look as much as I do. I had so much fun. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Remember that you can like and subscribe if you want to see more, and find me on Instagram at Shimmers and Silver. And until we see each other again, have a wonderful day. Bye!